Welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4, part 3 of Communist France here. Quick recap. Last time I left you, we were trying to justify a war goal on nationalist Spain here. We just lacked the political power to do so. Production is getting better. We're still in the red a little bit. Our production lines are growing slowly but surely. Construction is getting a little bit better. Still waiting to have more civilian factories to produce more military factories. That's why we're going to stagger these here real quick. And that should be good for now. Alright. Alright, so let's get back into it. Alright, field hospital is done. It's important to get these first row of support battalions out the way. 1936 support battalions. Those are important. They pretty much help all your main armies. They'll boost it, give you better abilities as far as your mechanics working in your motorized corps or your tank corps. They'll help out logistics. You get your radios, recons. They'll help out infantry. So you definitely need to knock those out. Don't really have to extend further past 1936 right away. You can go to 1939 if you want, but the first row is a must. Alright. Mobile warfare is now complete. Alright. So we're in 1938 here. What else do we need to get done? We'll do some battlefield. Alright. So much stuff's been completed. Battlefield support. Alright, so completed a focus tree. Algiers, France here. We're going to do colonial industry. Algiers gets 4 building slots, 4 civilian factories. And this is the Munich Conference. German demands for the state and land region of Czech, where a significant number of ethnic Germans live, have come to a head. Hitler has positioned forces along the Czech border in preparation for an attack. Talks were being held in Munich between Britain, France, Italy, and Germany in hopes of negotiating a peaceful end to the Sudeten crisis. The British have made it clear that there are no intention of going to war over a quarrel in a faraway country. Should we follow their lead, or will we honor our obligation to Czech? Well, not that I want to see Germany get any more powerful, but we're going to leave Czechoslovakia to their fate. And the Munich Agreement, as you can see, Czechoslovakia has shrunk, and Germany demands Sudeten land in Czechoslovakia, which is home to a considerable number of German minority, have intensified. So this is Mr. Chamberlain spoke to London for a second time. Prime Minister returned from Germany bringing peace with honor. I believe it is peace for our time. No war this year then. So the Czechs honored the agreement, gave in to Hitler and his goons there. Are we able to do this? 2 more political power. There we go. So now our justification for war is underway. Infantry equipment is complete. Let's go ahead and pause this. Alright, so we're going to delete these orders here. Move this guy up to here. Change this front name to the Spanish front. Now we want to go down here and make a front line. We're going to split the front line, of course, between our 2 armies here. I could just collapse them into 1 army, but I want to keep them separate. Our tanks, we'll start on the southern end here, along with our, change those to a different color so they'll blend in here. Our motorized infantry. See, now everybody's moving to the border. Is there any society more repugnant to the future of any revolution, any more alien to the plight of the worker than the fascist regime of the National Spain, calling upon all people to devote themselves fanatically to the decrepit institution of the nation state? They have dressed up old age ways of savagery in modern costumes, trying to present themselves an alternative future to the inevitable international victory of the working class. It's only a matter of time until they strike at us and our allies. Let us strike first. No one has expected less than mutual contempt between us and the Spanish, but their animosity has intensified lately. It now appears that the conflict will arise sooner rather than later. Death to the fascists. So this is our president making a speech. He wants to go to war with Spain now. Now we'll start a battle plan here. So the offensive. Oh, wait. We need to go up here and do our research. So it's easy to forget about things. We get caught up moving troops around. August 1938. Mechanical computing here. Anti-tank. Alright. Now back to this. So, our offensive lines. This arrow here will give you objectives that you can lay out for your army, and they will execute it. So they're going to go here from Burgoyne to Bilboa, and our other infantry army will. They're going to try to capture the city of Zaragoza and cross the river. The Fourth International Communist Delegate from around the world met in Paris today for a founding conference, laying the groundwork for what is known as the Fourth International. Calls for its formation have existed for years, while the support of Trotsky's theorists taking the lead. Stalin has responded to the growing support for Trotskyism abroad by ordering additional assassinations and increasing propaganda against his own rival. With the past purges suspected Trotskyists in the high ranks of Soviet military and leadership in recent memory, this is unlikely to be met with any resistance. So, you don't agree with Stalin, you die. Simple as that. Colonial military factories. Algiers gets 4 more building slots and 4 military factories. Okay, so our infantry battle plan is set. The first phase. You can do multiple phases here. We're just working on the first phase. These are the tanks. The tanks will stop at the river, along with our mechanized infantry. This is so that we don't deal with going over the river. Tanks don't do well over rivers. Infantry needs to cross first. Alright, so this army up here in the north is going to focus primarily in the north. So their second objective, Valladolid to Oviedo. And as you can see, it's their second objective. So it's just tacked on to the first one. So it makes things pretty easy, so you don't have to just keep coming back and back and back. And then, of course, their third one will be Coruna. Now, when it does this, it's literally bringing it all the way back to the beginning. So you need to edit it. This is the edit map. Just go over here, drag a line down to the next objective. So now it's added on. Select all your troops. This is the add division. Boom. So now their entire war is planned. If everything goes successful, they will march to the coast and take that. Of course, we can use them once they come back from it. And our second army, they're going to pivot because they're going to come here. So they're going to take everything before Madrid. So this is where we're going to come back in after they cross the river. I'll use the tanks and the infantry, and we'll position them here. Well, the mechanized infantry. And we'll take Madrid from there. Their third objective will be likely just north of Madrid. Nothing too crazy. And then we'll go from there. For now, the battle plan is pretty solid. We'll move our air wings down. No need to have them all up, all over the place. If we're going to go to war, let's concentrate everything that we do have. This is the aerial view, naval view, and then this is the infantry view. Speaking of naval, this is our Mediterranean Navy. Just combined our submarines here. Let's set them to convoy rating in the Mediterranean. We can go back. We have 6 heavy cruisers and 11 destroyers. And these guys will be on a search and destroy in the Western Mediterranean. So anything here, we'll take care of. All right. This next one will actually move this navy up to here. We'll leave our submarines to go deal with, they'll do patrols in the Western Mediterranean. So we'll focus everything here. Most stuff's not going to come from America. And we are going to set a garrison order for our North Africa army. So they will defend against nationalist Spain in North Africa. And now we're just going to wait until our justification is complete and we can go to war. All right, logistics company is complete. We'll do a maintenance company. Formation flying. Still 1938. Engineering company. Colonial military factories are complete. All right, and now we'll do, let's see, national mobilization so we can get more manpower. Continue trading with the Soviet Union in oil. We're going to do a second production line of everything so we can get our production up. Now it's about time to edit our infantry. So we got support artillery. Let's see. All right. We'll do a field hospital, signaling company, logistics, and then we're going to add 2 artillery battalions. Train. All right. So now we've got 3 divisions training, or should be 3 brigades in this division. We will set it to high reinforcement priority. Don't set a location yet, because as you can see, we're taking hits already in our stored equipment here, and our manpower just took a hit. Right. Assault Pioneer Company. We might be able to pull off this war here. We're almost finished. We should be able to pull off National Spain. This should not be hard. They're using fascist volunteers on their front line right now. It doesn't look like they have many. but we'll know soon enough. Oh, we're going to assign our air wings here. Tunisia, don't need naval bombers. All right. National mobilization is complete. As you can see, our manpower went up. Our justification for our war was complete. So we're going to come through here and do our strategic bombing. Fighters out for interception and air superiority. Select all, and we're going to put them in France or Spain. So now we go to war. We're going to try to win the air. The fate of the Czechoslovakia. German troops have crossed into Bohemia and Morava, ostensibly to restore order to the regions in the wake of collapsing Czech government. In Prague, the occupied forces announced the creation of an autonomous protectorate within the German Reich. With German support, Slovakia has declared independent under the leadership of Josef Tiso. The nation of Czech is no more. All right. Army reform. Let's see, removes national spirit, victors the Great War. Army experience plus 10, times 2 research for land doctrine. Available design company, AMX, which armor research time minus 10. Yes, we need this desperately. All right. Now we have an available war goal. So before we go to war or do anything, we need to select everything, all armies, and we'll click off. We don't want them exercising. We want them actually planning for war. So if you hover over here, all right. So this says an inferior enemy for our northern army here. 80% chance that this plan will work. For our southern army, he's coming back with an 80% chance because they are 100% inferior. For our tanks, they're saying they have a 80% chance, as well as our motorized 80% chance. All right. So we can go to war with them and be fairly confident. We do need to check and make sure nobody's protecting them. Right now, we are not at risk at going to war with the German Reich. They're most likely going to go to war with Poland. And then nationalist Spain. So Spain, pretty much North Africa, Europe there. Yeah, that's it. That's all they got. They're not spread out all over the world. Sometimes a lot of countries, you'll have to go to another continent to fully conquer them. So we'll go ahead and we'll start. We will declare war on them. So now we have declared war. And you want to do this in the pause stage like I did. So you can come through and start. Click this check mark and it'll start the battle plan. Alright, this is saying air wings with no missions. It's a naval bomber. He's in the north. We'll leave him up there. No worries. Right click, disappears. This icon gives you the war statistics. We are starting with 74 known divisions. They have either 54 to 149. We don't know. Alright, so let's start this up and see what happens. 4. Gonna have to run a little slower. Alright, so first things first, we will not join the faction to the Soviet Union, but we will accept these 9 divisions to help us out. And we will decline to be in your faction. Alright, missing equipment production, fighter. We don't need to worry about that right now. Let's resume the war here. Okay, now is a good time to start the tanks rolling and the mobile infantry. Well, they got passed up so fast. Alright, well, here, we'll just restart them. Push to the river. So everything seems to be going rather well. Looks like we've surrounded one division here at the southern end of the mountains. This is forces are in transfer from the Soviet Union, expecting on 25th February 1939, so about 4 more days. So we've surrounded Barcelona. And as you can see, you'll see these numbers on these lines here. They'll fluctuate because if you cut somebody off, they're going to focus on that cut off part here. All right, 9 divisions of the Soviet Union promise you have arrived in Pas de Calais to fight on our side. All right. Now, did they give them to us? No, they did not. So they're still controlling them. Sometimes you will get them given to you, expeditionary forces. So whenever they get down here to fight, that'll be nice. All right. So as you can see, the mechanical computing is complete. Our Red Army here is taking up more than it can chew because our Southern Army is kind of hemmed in. This can happen. Best thing you can hope for is, well, you can go about 2 ways. You can either just let it play out, which our Southern Army here needs to have its troops added back on to its objectives here. Or you can go ahead and delete the lines and then redraw the whole battle plan. I'll just let it play out, and I will move my tanks here and my motorized infantry into the middle so I can actually work on breaking the middle part of the enemy here. We will push across the river. Alright, research slot available. It is 1939, and we are going to get our rifles, our automatic and semi-automatic rifles. Alright, naval battles. So far we are victorious. All these are victories. Start these. Alright, well, that will be all for now. We'll come back next time and see if we can pull it off without having anybody else declare war on us. Alright, Star Diver signing off. Thanks for watching. RTS Guy, Hearts of Iron 4, Communist France. Like, share, subscribe. If you want to watch my next video, just click next. Thank you.